my name is Oliver Cousins, and I'd like to talk about one excruciating scene. What's my pedigree? What's my background to talk about nerdy stuff? I've got this tattoo of the Invisible Woman. Wait, what? Anyway, so one excruciating scene in the Fox movies, the Fox Marvel movies. I've picked a scene which I think highlights a lot of the problems that the franchise had. It's Jean versus the X-Men in Dark Phoenix. So a bit of background. Before I saw this film, I was told by someone I know that it was better than Endgame, and I thought that can't be true. But you know, maybe Simon Kinberg, he's learned lessons from X3, which he was also involved in, and this is a remake of for some reason. And maybe it's going to be a good film. Maybe it's not going to be as good as Endgame, but it'll be good. It's not. I was wrong. I shouldn't have believed him. Faith in humanity destroyed. Anyway, basically, in the film up until this point, Jean has come into contact with a big space cloud of energy that is not Galactus. Her powers get amped up. She's losing control. She finds out that Charles lied to her about her dad being dead. She goes to her childhood family home. Her dad's a dick. Things go worse. The problems I've got with this scene, as I mentioned, it's a remake of a film we have already seen, X-Men 3, by some of the same people. And there's a scene in X-Men 3 where Jean finds out that Charles lied to her about her past. She's been amped up by powers. And then she goes to her childhood family home, ends up killing a mentor. In that, it's Charles. In this version, it's Raven. But it's the same thing. Why would you do the same thing? Why would not subvert expectations or do something different? I don't know. Problem number 2. We've met these characters, but we don't really know them. The films, the prequel films, focus on, or reboot, whatever it is, focus on Eric, Charles, and Raven. So the younger characters we don't really know at all, because they only popped up in the last film. And I'm not entirely convinced that Storm and Jean have had a conversation in these films. I'm not going to go back and watch them. My life's not, worth that. But yeah, I don't really care that these alleged friends have got to square off, because I don't even know if they know each other, really. Problem number 3, the characters aren't used to their full potential. So Jean's supposed to be a world-ending threat, and it's all scary. But in this scene, she flips a couple of cars and smashes up some bits of some houses. That's not really that impressive, considering later in the film, Eric pulls a subway car out through the road and then uses it as a barricade. And that's more dangerous. That's more power. That's more destructive. That's more scary. Also, Pietro's time in a bottle scenes were some of the best bits of Days of Future Past and Apocalypse. And in this, he takes about 5 steps and then he just gets brushed aside and he's out of the rest of the film. Ridiculous. Problem number 4, a big part of Eric and Jean's interaction in this film is the blood on her shirt. And he's like, whose blood is that? She doesn't want to tell him because it's Raven's blood, and that'll make him upset and angry and stuff. And then later in the film, he's upset and angry because he knows whose blood that is. But Jean does not have blood on her shirt when she leaves the scene. So, whose blood was it? Doesn't make any sense. Anyways, what I decided to do, I was going to rewrite this scene. I know some of the problems with the film are that it was rewritten, kind of last minute. But I think this would improve it slightly. And really, someone just needs to rewrite the whole film. But there you go. And I've tried to stay as close to the original as possible, but make it less crap. So here we go. It's like a Western. Jean's at one end of the street, the X-Men are at the other end of the street, outside her family home. They've parked the X-Jet on the road, which is rude because some people might need to go past, but there you go. Jean tells the team to leave. Charles is like, hey look, we're just trying to help. She's like, oh man, you're a dick. You lied to me about my dad being dead and stuff. And he's like, yeah, fair cop. And then the neighbours, in the neighbourhood, they're all nervous. They're going inside. They're closing their windows. Maybe someone gets a shotgun. He stands on his porch. He's ready to defend his property. Something like that. Scott tells Dean to chill out, and they can work this out if they're just friendly. Cool. I love you, Jean. We've built a relationship that the characters and the audience have seen. Everyone's involved. Jean starts to calm down a bit, and then Charles telepathically tells everyone to fan out, and when they see a shot, tranquilize her. Jean hears this telepathically. Everyone's surprised by this, and she's very upset because she feels betrayed again. Jean's dad comes out of the house. He's all like, hey, mutants. including my daughter. We don't want you here. Get out. That upsets Jean, as you might imagine. And then some cops show up in their cop cars. Just one, because, you know, the trouble's only been going on for a couple of seconds. Why would a whole bunch of people show up? Anyway, the cops are all like, you mutants, you freaks. No one likes you. Get out of here. And a nervous cop takes a shot at Jean, and then, you know, she basically explodes with telekinetic energy. This is where Pietro comes in. He puts on some era-appropriate music. He goes in a super speed. He grabs the team. He pulls them back away from this big telekinetic bubble of explosion, so they're a safe distance. He grabs Jean's dad, does the same thing. Pietro's all happy with himself. He's like, yeah, everyone's safe. But then he realises the bubble's getting bigger and bigger and bigger. So he grabs like the neighbours in the houses either side. He pulls them to the safe zone. And he realises like the bubble's getting bigger and bigger and bigger. It's smashing up houses, so he's got to not only move the team back even further to a new safe zone, but he's got to go to different houses around the street. You know, it's very fast, very speedy, and basically he pushes himself too far. He's cleared the entire block, then he just passes out, and everyone's all like, "Whoa, what just happened there?" And the kind of neighbourhood looks like it's been hit by a hurricane or a bomb or something like that. It's destroyed and tattered. Charles encourages the team to stop Jean before she can do any more damage, because he knows that all these human witnesses, this isn't good. It's going to set the mutant cause back by some time. Kurt, Storm and Hank all have their kind of one-on-one battles with Jean that demonstrate their abilities and that they are just outclassed by her. Particular highlights I'd like to bring up. Kurt, he doesn't want to fight. He's a pacifist, which kind of is contrasted at the end of the film where he just murders some dudes. Storm, she's all like, look, I don't want to fight you because we're friends and we've built a relationship that everyone's seen before. But if I have to stop you to stop another apocalypse happening, because she was duped in the last film, you know, I will do. And then Hank is afraid that he's going to have to become a monster to stop Jean from becoming a monster. All that good stuff. But yeah, Jean just flicks them all aside. No problem at all. Charles is saying, like, hey, Scott, man, you gotta take a shot, man. You gotta stun Jean with an optic blast. And he's like, I don't want to do that. I really fancy her. But this guy's my father figure. I'm so conflicted. Scott ends up not taking the shot. Jean still flicks him aside like he's a threat anyway. Charles has to freeze the restless, displaced humans because they're all like, bloody mutants, you're always causing trouble. And he starts going towards the battle, and he's just like, look, someone's got to do something. This is all kicking off. It's all going terribly wrong. Raven stands in front of Jean. She's like, look, you know, we're not here to fight you. You're a friend. We just want to help. She starts getting through to Jean. Maybe Jean's been glowing with Phoenix energy or whatever, and the glow starts to fade, something like that. But then Charles again, he's telling the team like, look, someone get on their feet and tranquilize Jean. This is ridiculous. Jean again feels betrayed. She throws some debris at Charles, like a pointy rock or something. Raven jumps in the way. Raven gets impaled. Jean's all like, oh God, what have I done? I've made a terrible mistake. She's kneeling down next to Raven. She's like, I'm so sorry. And Raven's like, it's okay. She gets blood on her. Jean gets blood on her. That's very important. Hank, he sees what's happened. He's all like, oh no. He roars at Jean. He like lunges at her. Jean's all like, shit, I'm out of it. She flies away, and you know the team are all upset because, you know, Raven's dead. It's all gone terribly, terribly wrong. Jean's left, and they've destroyed an entire neighbourhood. And then, you know, they leave. They leave and continue with the rest of the film. Is this going to fix every single problem that's wrong with the film? No. But I think it highlights kind of some of the interactions between the characters, and like Scott's dilemma, who's he going to side with, which comes up later in the film, sort of. And then Charles is kind of being a puppet master. That's a problem, and a couple of other stuff like that. Anyway, that was one excruciating scene. I don't know. Why would they do that? They've just ruined the entire franchise, really. It's like Game of Thrones. Everyone was like well hype about it, and then it ended terribly. Oh well. Anyway, yeah, if you'd like to hear me ramble about some more stuff, like and subscribe, all that stuff. Cool, bye.